The Senate will come to order. We are on order of business number 4, reports of committee.
Mr. President Pro Tem, your Committee on Commerce and Labor, to which was referred Senate Bill number 386, has the same under consideration. Begs report. Same back to the recommendation. Amended to pass as amended. Signed Senator Pat Smearman, Chair. Mr. President Pro Tempore, your Committee on Finance, to which were referred Senate Bills numbers 353, 389, has had the same under consideration. Begs report. Same back to the recommendation. Amended to pass as amended. Signed Senator Chris Brooks, Chair. Mr. President Pro Tempore, your Committee on Health and Human Services, to which were referred Senate Bills numbers 191, 192, 216, 256, has had the same under consideration. Begs report. Same back to the recommendation. To pass. Signed Senator Julia Ratty, Chair. Mr. President Pro Tempore, your Committee on Judiciary, to which were referred Senate Bills number 37, 404, has had the same under consideration. Begs report. Same back to the recommendation. To pass. Also, your Committee on Judiciary, to which was referred Senate Bill number 452, has had the same under consideration. Begs report. Same back with the recommendation amended to pass as amended. Signed Senator Melanie Scheibel, Chair. Mr. President Pro Tempore, your Committee on Legislative Operations and Elections, to which was referred Senate Concurrent Resolution number 10, has had the same under consideration. Begs report. Same back with the recommendation amended and be adopted as amended. Signed Senator James Orenshaw, Chair. End of report.
Okay, let's go to order of business number 9, motions, resolutions, and notices.
Senate Concurrent Resolution number 10, introduced by Senator Spearman, directs the Legislative Committee on Energy to conduct an interim study concerning the development of hydrogen and lithium as energy resources in the state. End of resolution.
Are there any amendments to the resolution as a whole?
I have amendment number 757, proposed by Senate Committee on Legislative Operations and Elections.
Let's go to Senator Orenshaw.
Thank you, President Pro Tem. President Pro Tem, I move to dispense with the reading of the amendment.
If there are no objections, so ordered.
Thank you, President
Senator
Pro Tem. I move that the Senate do adopt Amendment 757 to Senate Concurrent Resolution 10.
You have heard the motion. Are there any remarks? Senator Orenshaw.
Yes, Mr. President Pro Tem, Amendment 757 to Senate Concurrent Resolution 10 expands the scope of the proposed study to include vanadium as an energy resource in Nevada, a review of green hydrogen, the use and reuse of lithium battery, the implementation of methods to protect the rights of indigenous peoples, and the environmental impacts of lithium production, including lithium extraction from brine and methods for avoiding or minimizing such impacts. The amendment also proposes to add Assemblyman C.H. Miller as a joint sponsor.
Are there any further remarks? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying yea. Opposed, nay. Motion is carried. Are there any further amendments to the resolution?
There are none.
The resolution is ready for final action.
Senate Concurrent Resolution number 10, introduced by Senator Spearman, directs the Legislative Committee on Energy to conduct an interim study concerning the development of hydrogen, vanadium, and lithium as energy resources in the state. End of resolution.
Are there any amendments to the resolution as a whole?
There are
Senator Orenshaw.
Thank you, Mr. President Pro Tem. And with your permission, I wonder if my colleague from Senate District 1, I believe she has the floor statement for Senate Concurrent Resolution 10.
To make a motion to adopt.
Oh, thank you, Mr. President Pro Tem. I move that the Senate do adopt Senate Concurrent Resolution 10.
You have, if there are no objections, so ordered. Senator, let's see, you said 1. That is Spearman, Senator Spearman.
Thank you, Mr. President Pro Tem. Senate Concurrent Resolution 10 requires the Legislative Committee on Energy to conduct an interim study concerning the development of hydrogen, lithium, and vanadium energy resources in Nevada. The study must include consideration for all the methods to increase opportunities for Nevada students to study subjects related to hydrogen, lithium, vanadium, and related technologies at community college, state college, or universities. And the study must also assess the feasibility of using hydrogen, lithium, and vanadium as energy resources. When conducting the study, the Legislative Committee on Energy must partner or consult with representatives of the Nevada system of higher education, the elementary and secondary education system, the private sector, the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, and other in-state energy laboratories, and consider input from various stakeholders in both government and the private sector. Further, if feasible, the committee shall enter into contract or other agreements with the University of Nevada, Reno, the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, or the Desert Research Institute for gathering data and producing a cost-benefit analysis of hydrogen, lithium, and vanadium energy resources. And it's effective upon adoption.
Are there any further remarks? Senator Kiekeffer.
Thank you, Mr. President Pro Tem. While I certainly respect the intent of the sponsor on the legislation. I think that this resolution itself just is another direction to a standing committee that is not going to have the resources to do the job that it's asked. And I still leave it up to the chairs of those committees to decide what their mission should be in the interim. So despite the fact that I'm going to vote against this, it's not necessarily based on the policy, but based on the process. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further remarks? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying yay. Opposed, nay. The motion is carried. Are there any further amendments to the resolution?
There are none.
The resolution is ready for final action. Oh. Right here, the motion is carried, the resolution is adopted, and ordered transmitted to the Assembly.
Senator Harris has approved the addition of Senator Spearman as the sponsor of Senate Bill 237.
Oh, yes, okay. Senator Cannizzaro.
Thank you, Mr. President Pro Tempore. I move to take Senate Bills 353 and 389 from their place on general file and place them on general file for the next legislative day.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying yay. Opposed, nay. The motion carries.
And that concludes order of business number 9.
Order business number 12, second reading.
Senate Bill number 386, introduced by Senate Committee on Commerce and Labor, revises provisions relating to certain businesses. The people of the state of Nevada, represented in the Senate Assembly, do enact as follows. Section 1 of Section 1.
Are there any amendments to the bill?
There are none.
Senate Bill 386 is ordered to the general file.
Senate Bill number 452, introduced by emergency request of the Senate Majority Leader, prohibits the possession of a firearm on a covered premise in certain circumstances. The people of the state of Nevada, represented in the Senate Assembly, do enact as follows. Section 1 of Section 1.
Are there any amendments to the bill?
I have amendment number 765, proposed by the Senate Committee on Judiciary.
Senator Scheibel?
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to dispense with the reading of amendment number 765.
If there are no objections to order, Senator Scheibel.
And I move that we adopt amendment 765 to Senate Bill 452.
You have heard the motion. Are there any remarks? Senator Scheibel.
Thank you, Mr. President. This amendment makes some changes to Senate Bill 452 to make the language regarding covered premises mirror the language that we use in statute to cover libraries and schools as gun-free zones. It also includes some additional training that would be required of security guards who work in those covered premises. It adds in an additional requirement that a person who is being stopped pursuant to this statute would be given a warning before any action is taken by law enforcement, and it also provides that there are certain data collection and reporting requirements for any premise that chooses to become a covered premise under this bill.
Are there any further remarks? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying yay. Opposed, nay. The motion is carried. Are there any further amendments to the bill?
There are none.
Senate Bill 452 is ordered reprinted, engrossed, and to the general file.
Senate Bill number 37, introduced by Assembly Committee on Judiciary, revises provisions relating to enforcement of obligations for the support of children. The people of the state of Nevada, represented in the Senate Assembly, do enact as follows. Section 1 of Section 1.
Are there any amendments to the bill?
There are none.
Senate Bill 37 is ordered to the general file.
Senate Bill 191, introduced by Assembly Committee on Health and Human Services, requires a state plan for Medicaid to include coverage for services of a community health worker under certain circumstances. The people of the state of Nevada, represented in the Senate Assembly, do enact as follows. Section 1 of Section 1.
Are there any amendments to the bill?
There are none.
Assembly Bill 191 is ordered to the general file.
Senate Bill number 192, introduced by Assembly Committee on Health and Human Services, revises provisions governing testing of pregnant women for certain sexually transmitted infections. The people of the state of Nevada, represented in the Senate Assembly, do enact as follows. Section 1 of Section 1.
Are there any amendments to the bill?
There are none.
Assembly Bill 192 is ordered to the general file.
Senate Bill number 216, introduced by Assembly Committee on Health and Human Services, requires Medicaid to cover certain services for persons with cognitive impairments. The people of the state of Nevada, represented in the Senate Assembly, do enact as follows. Section 1 of Section 1.
Are there any amendments to the bill?
There are none.
Assembly Bill 216 is ordered to the general file.
Assembly Bill number 256, introduced by Assemblywoman Summers Armstrong, etc., provides for Medicaid coverage of doula services. The people of the state of Nevada, represented in the Senate Assembly, do enact as follows. Section 1 of Section 1.
Are there any amendments to the bill?
There are none.
Assembly Bill 256 is ordered to the general file.
Assembly Bill number 404, introduced by Assembly Committee on Judiciary, revises provisions relating to orders of protection against domestic violence. People, State of Nevada, represented in the Senate Assembly, do enact as follows. Section 1 of Section 1.
Are there any amendments to the bill?
There are none.
Assembly Bill 404 is ordered to the general file.
And that concludes order of business number 12 on the fourth agenda.
Okay, let's go to order business number 14, unfinished business.
Senate Bill number 358, introduced by Senate Committee on Judiciary, revises provisions relating to wire communications. The Assembly has amended this bill with amendment number 604. Does the Senate wish to concur or not concur in this matter?
Senator Scheibel.
I move that the Senate concur in Assembly Amendment number 604 to Senate Bill number 358.
Senator Scheibel has moved to concur in Assembly Amendment 604 to Senate Bill 358. Are there any remarks?
Amendment number 604 is a good amendment that makes some technical changes to the bill in order to reflect the intent of the sponsor and the committees to ensure that law enforcement officers are able to record conversations in hostage situations.
Are there any further remarks? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying yea. Opposed, nay. Motion is carried. The Senate Bill 358 is ordered enrolled, and the Assembly is to be notified of our action.
Senate Bill number 359, introduced by Senate Committee on Judiciary, revises the penalties for the commission of certain prohibited acts relating to controlled substances. The Assembly has amended this bill with amendment number 605. Does the Senate wish to concur or not concur in this matter?
Senator Scheibel.
I move that we concur in Assembly Amendment 605 to Senate Bill 359.
Senator Scheibel has moved to concur in Assembly Amendment 605 to Senate Bill 359. Are there any remarks?
Assembly Amendment number 605 to Senate Bill 359 makes some technical changes and other conforming changes to align with the intent of the sponsor and the committees.
Are there any further remarks? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying yea. Opposed, nay. The motion is carried. Senate Bill 359 is ordered enrolled, and the Assembly is to be notified of our actions.
Senate Bill number 21, introduced by Senate Committee on Judiciary, revises requirements relating to background investigation conducted by certain institutions, agencies, and facilities that serve children. The Assembly has amended this bill with amendment number 618. Does the Senate wish to concur or not concur in this matter?
Senator Scheibel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that we do not concur in Assembly Amendment 618 to Senate Bill number 21.
Senator Scheibel has moved that the Senate do not concur in the Assembly amendment to Senate Bill 21. Are there any remarks?
It's my good faith belief that Assembly Amendment number 618 inadvertently omitted certain clauses from Senate Bill number 21, which were necessary to ensure that applicants for jobs in juvenile justice systems were subject to background checks.
Are there any further remarks? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying yea. Opposed, nay. The motion is carried. Senate Bill 21 is ordered to the Assembly.
Senate Bill number 176, introduced by Senate Legislative Operations and Elections, revises provisions relating to the Commission to Study Governmental Purchasing. The Assembly has amended this bill with amendment number 597. Does the Senate wish to concur or not concur in this matter?
Senator Orenshaw.
Thank you, President Pro Tem. I move that the Senate not concur in Assembly Amendment number 597 to Senate Bill 176.
Senator Orenshaw has moved that the Senate do not concur in the Assembly amendment to Senate Bill 176. Are there any remarks?
Thank you, President Pro Tem. There needs to be some continued conversation with the Assembly about the amendment because some of the deletions in the language, I believe, are pretty important to the bill.
Are there any further remarks? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying yea. Opposed, nay. Motion is carried. Senate Bill 176 is ordered to the Assembly.
And that concludes order of business number 14 and business of the desk for this legislative day.
Okay, let's go to order of business 16. Remarks from the floor.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. President.
Okay.
Thank you. I move that we refer AB 256 to Senate Finance.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying yea. Opposed, nay. The motion carries. Let's go back then to order of business number 16, remarks from the floor. Anyone wishing to give remarks? I don't see any. Senator Canizaro?
Thank you, Mr. President Pro Tempore. With that, I want to again thank our staff for being here this evening and allowing us to process things. But I move that we stand in adjournment until the hour of 11 a.m. on Wednesday, May 26, 2021.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying yay. Opposed, nay. The motion carries. We are adjourned.